Hey guys, it's Kate. I am here with an art supply haul. I went to Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree, so let's get into it. Okay, so first on my list, I am going to cover what I purchased at Hobby Lobby. So I went there and I was kind of on a mission to grab some markers. And I was kind of playing around a little bit with a couple of these, and then I thought, well, I should do a unboxing and a art haul video. So that is what I'm doing today. So I'm going to test some of these so that you can see how they work, how they write. I can talk to you a little bit about the product. Some of them, well, let's just take a look. So I'm going to start with these. So I got these at Hobby Lobby, and I can't remember exactly what I paid. I got them actually about a week ago, but I hadn't used them yet till the other day. But they are painters, permanent markers. They are opaque paint markers. These are all black, but they come in 3 different tip sizes. So you have the green is ultra fine, then this one is fine, and then you have the medium tip. And I have tried all of these. They work very well, and they are a real pleasure to write with. So I don't know if any of you have used these before. This is the first time for me, so I was really happy. But I'm going to just do a quick demonstration with these so you can see the difference in the tip sizes and how they look on paper. So this is Canson XL mixed media paper in my pad. So I'm going to start off with the Painter's Ultra Fine, and I'm just going to write with it. And you can see it's super easy to write with. The tip is pretty narrow, it feels firm on the page, and I'm going to get this a little bit closer so you can see it. Okay. Next up, I'm going to do the fine, and these are all black, by the way. And you can see this is a little bit thicker. It's still pretty nice to write with. It kind of reminds me of the thickness of a regular Sharpie. And I'm going to zoom in actually a little bit on my writing so that you can see. Okay. Hopefully that works. Okay. And then next, we will do medium. And this one, it's very thick. Now, these are permanent. Like I said, they will not come off. It doesn't have any details that I can see on the marker as far as the actual tip side, but it may be somewhere in this fine print. But you basically shake it up with the lid on, hold it down until you start getting paint coming out, and then away you go. So I really, really enjoyed these. And actually, if this is dry, so I'm going to do a quick little test with water. So I've got my jar of water here. I'm going to dip my brush. And I'm going to go over this dry one, and you can see it has no movement. I'm just really scrubbing that brush there, and you can see, and it's really not coming up. I'm actually starting to ruin the paper a little bit. So if you were to put these on and put any kind of like watercolor or something over them, it should work just fine. Now next up, and actually before I do that, I am gonna give myself a test block with this medium and color it in so I can do some testing over the opaque part. Now it's going to take a minute for this to dry, but then I can color over it with some of the lighter colors here, you can see. But you can see how nicely this goes down. It colors just like a marker. I mean, it's really it's really nice, and it has full dark coverage. I just need to make sure I keep you in the frame. Okay, so while that's drying, next up is these. Now, these are Craft Decor Chalk Writers, and I was looking at these. I didn't even think while I was at Hobby Lobby, but these were $3.49 on the shelf. And then I happened to go to Dollar Tree, and I saw this, and it's the same exact thing. And so if you look, these are both distributed by Greenbrier International, which is Dollar Tree's distributor. So I paid $3.49 for a $1.25 a chalk writer. So, and to be truthful, I don't like them very much. I got them because they were metallic, but they're not terribly shiny. They write like a crayon, and it's really hard to control because the tip is super wide. So I don't think I'll be using these very much, but you can see it's almost like a crayon. It's kind of waxy. It's like a bit buttery. It's softer than like a Crayola or something like that. And it also looks kind of yellow. I mean, if you look at it next to the cap, it's not even close. Now, it does go on really smooth. Now, I don't know if it'll maybe blend. It does blend a little bit, but at the end of the day, it just looks yellow. And I can even lift up this paper. There's not a whole lot of metallic sheen going on. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. So not too thrilled with those. But here is the silver one. And I mean, really, it's just yellow and gray. Let's be real. Now, they do kind of blend like they're something, maybe a crayon, something, buttery, but you can get those like gel sticks and things like that probably would work much better than these, especially if you're paying $1.25 for each one. You can probably get a decent set for around the same price if you get more of them. But let me show you what it looks like over black. And it does leave kind of an interesting texture. And actually the gold looks better over a dark color. This is closer to what it really should look like, but if you're going to put it over a light or white page, it's just not going to work. But seeing this, I might actually use it for something. That looks much better to me, but it's still not terribly shiny. So I think as far as money goes, you can probably do better. You could even get something just a little bit nicer, and it would be worth it because you would enjoy using it more, in my opinion. This is just, my thoughts, but somebody may look at this and say, oh, that's exactly the look I'm looking for. So that's awesome. So this one is Loddie Doddie Chalk Marker. It is not permanent. You can do dry erase, glass, all of that. Chalkboard, obviously. I did do a quick test on this, and I will do a little one right here once I get into the frame. So this is the Loddie Doddie Chalk Marker. And it's kind of a cute name. It's distributed by Hobby Lobby. So this is, I want to say, a Hobby Lobby store brand. And it does an okay job. I mean, it's a chalk marker. So it's not the most opaque thing. I'm going to lift this up a little bit so you can see, you can see some of the dark background coming through. I'm trying to get this to focus a little bit better. Okay, there it goes. So you can see it's not 100% opaque. There is some show through on the black. And if I go over it again, it kind of looks the same. I mean, it gets a little bit brighter, but I can still see black coming through here. But it writes really nice. It's smooth. I didn't have any trouble with the actual ink or paint or whatever's in here coming out. So as far as to write with, it's really nice. Now this is the 2mm tip. It is reversible. It says it can be a chisel or a bullet tip. I don't know about you, but I probably would not be removing tips and replacing them. I don't know what that's about. I would rather a dual tip, but I guess it's reversible. So there's that. Sorry, I was holding it out of frame. So that is Loddie Doddie Chalk Marker. Now here we go to the ones I have not tried. Now these are paint markers. I got gold and silver metallic and white. And these ones are permanent. So they are low odor, alcohol-based pigmented ink. They're permanent, water and weather resistant, fast drying, multi-surface, indoor-outdoor use, but it says indoor-outdoor. Then here at the bottom it says color may fade if exposed to sunlight for long periods. So there's that. But they might be really nice to use on a page. So I am going to give these a try. I'm going to zoom out just a tad because I keep having things go off screen. All right, sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I just want to make sure you can see everything. So I'm going to open these first. And the white. Hopefully this doesn't turn out to be too noisy on camera. Okay, so shake well with cap on, depress to tip several times until the ink flows, and test writing on paper. Now real quick, before I do these, I'm going to give myself another test. So these are going to be the paint markers. And I mean, I just love how these write. They're great. And I'm really using a lot, and I'm not pressing hard on this. I'm kind of writing to the side. Now, any gaps you see is actually just gaps in my coloring. I have no problem getting the paint out of here. Okay. All right, so I've got my layer here. I'm going to start with gold. And it's got a pretty nice thick tip, so I wouldn't do any like writing with it. It's probably a little bit thick for that. It is alcohol based, so I don't know if that's something that matters to you. But I'm gonna start depressing this. I can see it starting to come out, so. All right, here we go. So this is the gold. Oh, that writes really nice. That is what I'm looking for metallics. Can you see that? I'll get this closer in a minute, but that's nice. Okay, now let me try the silver. Now it's pretty thick as far as the line width goes, but if you're coloring something in, I think that would work really nicely. Now, apparently it is not very light fast, so just keep that in mind. The silver is pretty nice too. I like it. They don't look like artificial colors. I enjoy this. So This is dry, so I'm going to write. That's nice. I'm going to color in a square too. I mean, you can see how fast that went down. It's just, it's pleasant to use. Here's the gold, and I'll do a quick little square. And while I have this here, I'm not going to do the white on here, but I'm going to, wait, is this white? The tip almost looks yellow, but okay. That came out pretty fast. Here's the white. That's pretty opaque. It's better by leaps and bounds than this Lottie Dottie. And I wonder if it goes over the silver and gold. They they're a little bit wet still, so I shouldn't have done that. Now, if I press, this paint comes out pretty fast. So, actually, what is the deal? Did I get a lot of silver in this? I hope not. Because you can see it just looks like I got some. Oh, you know what? Okay, this is literally dripping. This one is not great, but I don't know if I did something to the tip. But there is a puddle of paint on the page here. And I'm getting a weird silver line when I write. I'm not sure what that's about because it doesn't show up there. So that's kind of a mystery. I'm going to put this lid back on and show you what it looks like close up. And you can see the gold and silver. I might have just got kind of a dud pen or a white one because look at that puddle that's there. It's pretty crazy. It's just wet. But the gold and silver is awesome. And it's got like great coverage over the black too. Okay. So that's it for the paint pens and markers at Hobby Lobby. Now I'm not going to bother. Well, I better just take it out. So this is the other chalk writer from up here. This is the one that I actually got at Dollar Tree. And I'll just write out real quick on here. Like the texture of it is just really smooth. So maybe there's something for this. I mean, it goes on. I'm so disappointed in the metallics, but this is a pretty nice color. And it actually matches the cap, which is, could you ask for more? So the texture is very buttery. It goes on pretty smooth. It seems to blend. I'm just using my finger a little bit now. It doesn't blend 100% because you can still read the letters through after rubbing over them. But this might have some potential. Now, one thing I was kind of excited about at Dollar Tree is they have some different metallic markers. So there's this Jot set. There's 4 metallic markers in here. And then I was there today and they had these 4 different, let me see, they're Crafter Square. Oh, this is actually a glass writer. I think I picked that up by mistake. I don't have glass to write on, so I hope you'll understand that I will not test this today. Well, let me see. They're designed for decorating wine bottles, glasses, windows, mirrors, and other non-porous soft surfaces. Let me see. I don't know if it's permanent, but yeah, what the heck? Let's just try it. Okay, so I also got these. It's almost like rose gold. I can't find the color on it. They're all fine tip and they're all metallic. They're acid free, and card making, scrapbooking, DIY craft projects, gives you a striking metallic effect visible on all backgrounds, even black. That's what I'm looking for. Use on paper, cardstock, plastic, cloth, metal, wood, ceramic, glass, and more. So let's give these a try. These are all Dollar Tree. So Crafter Square is the Dollar Tree brand. So these were $1.25 each. Okay. So I'm going to finish unwrapping these. Sorry, I had to pause for just a minute. My camera was about to stop recording, so I had to just quickly fix that situation. Okay, so here's my fine tips. I have like this pile of wrappers going on over there. All right, so there's the blue, looks like gold and kind of a rose gold. And I will do this one too, but it is different than these. This is their glass writer. So we'll give that a try because it's just regular gold. So this is kind of a rose gold too, I guess, because that's just regular. And then I'll do these next. But first, let me get myself another black background. And I haven't had any issues with these like I did with the white paint pen, so I'm not really sure what the deal was there. But I'm just going to color myself in a couple of squares so I can show you what it looks like on a black and white background. And then you can decide. Okay. And then I'm going to make another little one for these and give that a chance to dry also. But I really love, of all the things I got so far, I think these are the best. And I like these as long as they don't leak like the white one. The white one was disappointing. Okay, so let's do the glass writer first and get that out of the way. And that looks pretty good. It is not at all as shiny as these, but it has a nice color, which I like. And so if I write glass writer, you can see that pretty well on the black too. And I'll hold this up as soon as I get them all down. So here's the second one. Whoops, this is not glass writer. What am I doing? This is metallic marker. Okay. That looks pretty nice. That looks almost like kind of coppery. I enjoy these. They're not, if you're looking for something super shimmery or just really metallic looking, it's not going to be these. But as far as opacity and just the color itself, it's really nice. Here's another one. Like, I'm not seeing much metallic in this blue. It just looks kind of like a blue marker, but maybe once I hold it up to the light, it does go on over the black, but it's a dark color, so there's not a whole lot of contrast going on there. But let me get this up to the camera to show you. So you can see it's got just a hint of a sheen, and there's how it looks on the white. And not very shiny, but nice colors, and they're very opaque. So overall, not bad. Let me write Crafter Square so I don't forget what brand these are. Okay. And when you have your own sort of craft hauls, it doesn't hurt to do little tests like this with them, and then you can remember what they look like. But let me keep going. So these feel more basic. They feel cheaper than these ones. These ones, but these are $1.25 each. These are $1.25 for 4. So there's that. So I will try with the silver first. And they are metallic markers. Don't see much coming out. So I think these are a dud. Let me try the gold. The gold comes out nicely. The silver did not. Oh, this reminds me of this one up here. That's not bad. This is the Jot brand. Okay. Silver, I don't know what's up with this. It's just not, it's not writing unless I really press, and even then, I mean, nothing over here. There's nothing. So I don't know what that's about. The gold was nice. This is kind of like a copper, I guess. Oh. Now, I kind of wrote over the same area as the silver, so it didn't actually look like that, but these are very nice, actually. I think the silver just might have been dried out. This one looks pretty good, too. That's like a rose gold also. So, there's a lot more sheen on these. Still not quite as much as the paint markers. And the silver one was really disappointing. It doesn't write really at all. But for $1.25 for 3, not bad. And it's very opaque. I'll hold this up too. You can kind of see there. This one is a little bit funky with how it kind of went down. It's a little streaky, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they've just been sitting on the shelf for a while. So if you can get a fresh pack, it might be worth it just to try and see if there's a couple in there that work, because that's not bad, really, for what it is. Now, it does not have any information as to whether it is permanent. So let me actually check with all of these with my water and my little paintbrush. Okay, so chalk writers. These pick up with water, so that's kind of nice. It's almost like water soluble, and you could use it like watercolor. Let me get that in there for you. So that's not bad. I mean, it kind of comes right up. So maybe that's really what this was sort of meant to be. I think if you change your thinking, these could be pretty cool. As long as you treat that like yellow and that like gray and not like a metallic. Unless maybe it's over black. It's weirdly better on a black background. So there's that. Okay, next up, Lottie Dottie, which I know is not permanent, but I'm just going to see how it does pick up with water. So it does, and actually you can kind of see I'm leaving little dots on the page there. Now these all, besides the Jot, I don't know if that's permanent. These are both supposed to be permanent, and they are. I'm not getting anything to move here, which is impressive with the metallic. Like, I don't even see any sheen. Now these metallic markers, these move, definitely, look. But if you were going to use these as a little bit of, I mean, you could kind of use them a little bit like watercolors if you wanted to. I mean, it's all, what are your expectations? You know, that's really nice and pigmented, and it blends kind of like a watercolor. So if you use them and you're not expecting them to be permanent and you want to maybe use them for some blending, these might work out just fine, because that's kind of a nice color. And I'm getting some resist here with that white. So that's funny. Okay, last up is the Jot. And these are not permanent either. However, like the other ones, you could theoretically use them to blend. They actually blend pretty nice. I'm blending this up here, and this is just mixed media paper, so go figure. I might use these on a little project. Look at that. Got a little gradient going. Huh. You can see the paper starting to pill, so I'm not going to work my brush anymore on there. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by today, and I hope you got some value out of this. And if you want to see these in some upcoming projects, make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos available on the playlist. Have a good one.